wanted to do is just show you, I've got a bit of matting and layering already done up, and then I've just got a bit of black card. So for this one, I'm going to do, I really shouldn't say I've got favourites, but I really do like this Christmas greetings. So with all this different Christmas fonts. So with this one here, I've just got a bit of cardstock, just a wee bit bigger than the actual die. So if I bring in my plates again, but this time, I know you may have seen me do this technique quite often, and it's one that I really, really love. So I'm going to do it again. Why not? Now what I'm doing is I've got my cutting plate, and now I'm just going to put my rubber embossing mat over the top, like so. So we're putting that on. Then if I just put my black cardstock on top, I know you can't see it on the screen there, but it is there. So there we go. So I'm just going to sit that on again. If you've got tape handy to you, pop a bit of that tape on. Then what I'm doing is I'm going to put my plastic shim on, and I don't want my magnetic sheet this time. Remember, you only put one black sheet on at a time, and then we're putting our cutting plate over the top. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this through the large Gemini. This sort of technique will work perfectly with your Gemini Junior because I'm putting it lengthways. So there we go. I don't know. 9 out of 10 times when you're using these Create-a-Cards, you're going to be using them lengthways, so that's why they'll go through the Junior perfectly. It's just if you want them on a larger scale cardstock, you will need the large Gemini. So let's bring these ones in here. So if I bring this in now, so for you to see, you'll see up above, and then I think what I'll do is I'll go to the side because then you'll really see all the detail as well. So if I bring it in this way for you to see, can you see all that detail now? It's all been embossed. It's not been die cut, but there we go. We've got all that detail embossed just there. So there we go. So what we've got, I'm going to leave you hanging just for a very, very quick second. These all, I just want to, just for those any tuning in here on Facebook, these are all going to be launching on Create and Craft with Fiona this Saturday at 8 AM, 3 PM and 9 PM. It's a one-day wonder. I'm going to go over all the dies again in total. You get 2 different collections, but if you want the full bundle of all 6 Create-a-Card dies, they're going to be on a flexi pay. There we go. I just thought I would just feed that in there just before we go on to the next part of the demo. Now, here we go, we've got Gilding Wax. So with this one here, we've got our silver Gilding Wax for this one. And I was just seeing if I had nope, I don't. So what I'm going to do, I was just looking, just in case you're wondering, because you can't read my mind, I was just looking to see if we had a heat-proof mat or a non-stick mat, which we don't. So I'm just going to do, I know I've got the glass cutting mat, but just, I don't want to get all waxy, so I'm just going to do it on just a bit of cardstock at the moment. So I'm just using my finger, and then what I'm doing, if I turn it the right way so I know what I'm doing, all that I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over all that detail. So I'm just rubbing all that detail with that Gilding Wax on the tip of my finger, and we're just picking up all that embossed detail. So you can see that come to life. So what we're doing is all that wax on the tip of my finger, that's picking up all those raised parts of the text and the font, and that's really highlighting the raised parts. However, all the background parts are staying quite light, you know, they're not standout-ish as the font is, and it really makes it pop. So all that I'm doing is I'm just lightly going over with my finger, dabbing just a bit of the excess off. Obviously do it on your non-stick mat. You can do it on your glass mat, and the wax will go a bit further. It's just, I don't have the time to clean up afterwards, so that's why I'm just going to do it straight onto just a bit of paper. There we go. So if I just finish that, just rub that off. If you have a bit of kitchen roll of that, you can just do a wee bit of a buff over the top, and then there we go. If I bring that in, so if I show you that way, so we've got that the right way, then I'm just going to bring that in, and that's going to pick up. Look at all that detail. Look at all of that. So there we go. So there's that technique as well. So again, you know, I do say on a number of occasions when it comes to your dies, think about embossing them as well. You don't just have to die cut them. You can emboss them as well, not just die cut, no problem at all. Then what we've just done is I've got a layer here. So what I would do is, even if you wanted to, you could go right to the edge with the silver, and I'm just going to take a bit of double-sided tape. Actually, what we'll do is let's bring in a bit of the shaker tape, or the shaker foam pad tape, and we can just add a bit of height to it. So we're just going to, just for speed, just put in a few bits on, and it can only be a few bits because I've come to the end of my shaker tape. So what you would usually do is, you know what I'm like, I do like a good coverage of foam pads on the back. So let's just peel that off. There we go. So what we're doing is we're just going to take this off, and then we're just going to pop that onto the middle layer. So there's a bit of matting and layering. And then there is another way in which you can be using the Create-a-Card dies.